Hi, I'm Root to you with today's game review. The game is Stasis, created by an indie developer, The Brotherhood. It's an isometric 2D adventure game with a very defined brand of horror, jump scare, and sci-fi fantasy feel to it. This game does not aim to hold the player's hand through its roughly 8 hours of gameplay, and has at times a very dark sense of humor. Your intro scene sets up your home for the duration of the game as the Grim Lake, in decaying orbit around the planet Neptune, a massive mining ship which has been refitted for other purposes. The scene gives me a real kind of Event Horizon feel, and some of the game resonates the exact same feeling later on as well. You play John Marchek, who, having been abruptly dropped from a stasis tank and is suffering serious physical complications, your first task is to find medical attention. The Grimlake seems deserted, with John already voicing that it's definitely not his ship, and your only companion is the ship's robotic system, informing you of your critical condition at the moment. Soon you realize you are not alone and have lost two of the most precious people in the universe to you, your wife and your daughter. Later on, a flashback brings you back to the pre-stasis scene, to the one of the most ironic and creepy lullabies I've heard to date. The entire game's design keeps you spooked, paranoid, and terrified as to what is going to happen with your next step, or even your any interaction with absolutely anything around you. The music ranges from gentle lullabies hiding what is only impending doom to heart attack inducing crescendos, bringing you back to the childhood memories of hiding under your blanket in the dark for safety, although this time the blanket won't be enough to save you. Like most point and click adventure games, your task will involve reading through the novel-length PDA computer entries from the crew, noticing subtle clues scrawled perhaps in blood, bolted to doors, or stuck to the screens that you're reading the actual journal entries on, and using these clues to solve the various tasks and puzzles that block your path to locating your wife and child. This game ticks all the boxes for me. It's terrifying, it's difficult enough in places to keep you playing, but not relegated to the point that you delete the game files out of frustration. It challenges your mental capacity and state constantly, and has one of the better storylines I've experienced in pretty much any game in the last year. You have your suspected villain, of course, and your friend, and they both give you a dedicated attachment to the game. So much so that I felt genuinely satisfied at the end of the game when I had finished it. For most of you, you might not get more than one playthrough out of this, but I'd highly recommend actually going back and reading the various PDA entries and computer entries, because it does paint a bigger story for you. The artwork in this game suits it perfectly. It's completed to a high standard, maintains that gritty, gory feel that's filled the actual world of the Grim Lake. The mood, like the story, is one of constant horror and hope combined, although you do lose a lot of the hope as it progresses. The music, as I already mentioned, is by far one of my favourite parts of the game, and I definitely advise purchasing the slightly more expensive version of the game, as you get this soundtrack along with it. If you've got a weak stomach, or you've got no love for gore, unhuman experimentation, or torture, then you will not want to play this game. Maybe try Hello Kitty Adventure. But if you truly want a horrifying experience that isn't your horror at the terrible gameplay, then pick up a copy of Stasis. The game's available on Steam and through GOG.com and retails for about €25, before any sales adjustment of course. To see out the end of this review, I'll leave you with that creepy lullaby I mentioned at the start.
Go to sleep, my baby girl, in your warm bed. Soon you will rise again, so drift away, sleepyhead. Dream of us and you will see monsters can't harm you or me. Close your eyes again and worry no more. Stars and the moons, they will pass us by soon. A new day will surely be upon you and me. So go to sleep, my baby girl, in your warm bed. Soon you will rise again, So drift away, sleepyhead.
As always, you've been you, I've been Root to you, saying see you on the next review. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel for more content similar to this.